Shohei Ohtani has not slowed down this season, so it's time to give him your favorite segment.
It is time for my favorite segment of all time. This week in Shohei Ohtani news, we're going to talk about how good he has been at the plate offensively, which feels like a theme in these segments. We're going to talk about another homer he hit this past week. We're going to talk about his bobblehead night from yesterday. There's a lot to talk about today, Alex, because Shohei just seemingly all but like maybe 1 or 2 days of the seasons, all 1 or 2 weeks of the season so far has been absolutely raking.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he almost hit a home run into the water in San Francisco the other day. Like, it was the farthest point of the stadium on the walkway just before the ledge before going into the water. 446-foot home run.
He's going to hit a ball out of Dodger Stadium.
I hope so.
Soon.
I hope so.
You know, this is a funny story, but I'll tell it here in This Week in Shohei Ohtani news.
Let's
but a couple years ago, it was 2017.
Okay.
World Series. I'm in Dodger Stadium with a little bit of a name drop here. But Justin was pitching.
Yep.
Okay, Justin's
What
not
game?
the name drop. Game 2.
Okay.
So I'm like super locked in the suite, edge of very last seat, bottom row of the suite on the aisle.
Yeah.
And I'm like super locked in. Justin's about to throw his first pitch of the World Series, and there's somebody just standing right here next to me. And I'm like chewing my nails. You know what I'm doing.
Hey, freaking
I'm
out.
like, dude, what? Get out of here. Are you kidding me? Dodger Stadium, World Series. And I finally look up, and it's Reggie Jackson. And I'm like, all right, well.
Joke's on me.
Here's Reggie Jackson. Sorry, Justin, I'm going to stand up and talk to Reggie Jackson.
Yep.
So he starts, long story short, he starts telling these stories of when he was playing in Dodger Stadium and when he was playing there in the World Series. And he goes, there was one game, I hit 3 homers in one game. The first one went out of the stadium over there. The second one went out of the stadium over there.
What?
And the third one went off that scoreboard over there. And if you don't, Reggie Jackson loves him some Reggie Jackson.
Yep.
He was loving telling this story, but I was loving every second of hearing it. And when I think about Shohei's homers and how far he hits the ball, I really do believe there is no doubt that Shohei Ohtani is going to hit baseballs out of Dodger Stadium. So the point of this story was to say it is possible.
Yeah.
It has happened. It does happen. I think Shohei's going to do it. And it might happen sooner than later.
I hope so. I mean, if anyone can do it, it is Shohei.
What a
It's leaning that way.
And Giancarlo Stanton did it, I believe. I don't know if he's the last to do it, but I know he did it years ago. I believe he was still on the Marlins, but he can do it. Shohei can do it as well. This past week, just another week of him hitting over 400. He had 429 with that homer you're talking about, 3 RBIs, an OPS of 1.145. It's just, I don't know. Like you all know I love Shohei. We've had this segment here for a long time. We obviously talk about him every week, but if you talk about baseball, how are you not talking about him every single day, every single week? This guy's now hitting 364 on the season with 12 homers, 30 RBIs, 10 stolen bases, a 1.107 OPS. By the way, he got his 10th stolen base of the season while he was sleeping. Literally overnight, they changed they changed something from a prior game to a stolen base. So overnight, while he was asleep, went from 9 to 10 stolen bases, becoming the first player in Major League Baseball this year to double digits with both homers and stolen bases. Might I add a little bit of a callback here? I called a higher number than at any point in his career with stolen bases this year because he was only going to be focusing on the offensive side of baseball. So I look at those 2024 stats and think, man, those are pretty good. Where do they rank, you ask? First in batting average, first in hits, first in slugging percentage, second in WAR, second in homers, third in on-base percentage. Those are his rankings in all of Major League Baseball. First in OPS. It is incredible.
Which is why we had the conversation, I think it was last week, what does Shohei Ohtani need to do to be in that MVP conversation? Because we have never had a straight up DH win MVP. He's won as a two-way player, as a DH and a pitcher, but
this is what he needs to do.
What's it going to take? I was like, what are you pointing at? What am I looking at? Oh, just finish this way. End the season leading the league in hits, doubles, average, slugging, OPS.
Keep doing exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know exactly what he's on pace to hit. I know he's on pace to hit 364. That one's not hard to figure out, but he's got to be on pace for close to 50 plus homers and 50 plus stolen bases. I mean, he's got to be on pace for a 50-50 season at this point. That would certainly do it. And, you know, I just, if you look at his numbers across the last 162 games. So I know he missed time at the end of last year, but if you were to look at his numbers as a whole over the last 162 games, which last time I checked, that's a full season of baseball. Here they are, hitting 321 with 52 homers, 28 stolen bases, a 1092 OPS, a 10.7 WAR, 111 innings pitched on the mound with a 3.57 ERA, 140 strikeouts in those 111 innings pitched, a WRC plus of 191. 100 is league average, 91% above league average. These are his numbers over the last 162 games played. It's historic. It's remarkable. And he's going above and beyond this year.
And we have more good news because, as you know, he is still rehabbing his elbow and his throwing program has increased with no setbacks. So that is the best news possible for Ohtani in his journey to get back to the mound.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm not expecting, I'm hopeful there's going to be no setbacks, but his throwing program at this point has reached, he's over 70 throws from about 50 feet. And he did that the other day in San Francisco. So he keeps ramping up. You know, that's just the natural progression of a throwing program. He's not going to pitch this year, no matter how much, no matter what people say about where his arm is, how it's responding, how his recovery is coming. He's not going to pitch this year, but it is good to see things continue to progress.
I also love that photo of him. It's like, hey, guys, thanks for having this segment about me. I really appreciate you guys talking about me every week. You're welcome, Ohtani. You're welcome.
Also, Alex, big night Thursday night at Dodger Stadium. Ohtani bobblehead night, his first Dodgers bobblehead. They're giving away to the first 40,000 fans, which is funny, just because there are some stadiums that don't even hold 40,000 fans.
How much does Dodger Stadium hold?
It's either 52 or 56.
56,000?
56 is crazy. It's 56.
Bummer. So 16,000. Not going to make it.
So first bobblehead night, I also saw, it's in this tweet as well, 1,700 surprise road gray uniform Ohtani bobbleheads. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I want one of those surprise ones. I like the home whites.
No, home whites are where it's at.
They're just probably worth a little more because they're more rare. But
there you go.
But I'd keep it, you know.
I have a box of all of my Angel Ohtani bobbleheads.
Yeah.
What do I do?
What
do I do? Give them away? Put them out to someone? Like
I've given a lot of the giveaways we've done on Flippin' Bats were mine from that I would get at Angel Stadium.
That's nice.
So yeah, Thursday night at Dodger Stadium was bobblehead night. By the way, tickets skyrocketed for that game.
Oh yeah.
The get in the building price, you know, the nosebleeds, that top section that no other stadium has but Dodger Stadium, where you can barely see and your nose is bleeding. $191 just to sit up there.
Oh, so that's close to opening day.
Yeah.
That was close to their opening day that I went to. That was scary.
Good week. Great week for him. And that does it for my favorite segment this week in Shohei Ohtani news. Thanks for watching. If you like catching up on the latest news around Major League Baseball, weekly interviews with Atlanta Braves legend John Smoltz and your favorite MLB players, make sure you hit that subscribe button.